Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Dr. Sethi, Mrs. Sethi. It gives me a pleasure to be part of this practice management session. In fact, as you all know, that the thrill of starting and building a practice which is second to none, probably the most gratifying moment are experienced one who builds something his own and not given on the platter. So, of course, when you start your own practice, the downsides is going to be there always overshadowed by a little success moment that are felt day to day. So these are the few advantage with you. If you start your own practice, you always be your own boss. The joy of being recognized by one who gave them the vision, because in the starting only you will be doing the surgeries, and if you do the surgeries also, patients start recognizing you. That happiness is something different from anything else. Of course, talking about the excitement of setting up your practice is something different, and you can see the growth from the very early practice. Of course, if you show more and more commitment, you can see the better remuneration in the early period only. So, okay, how exactly we should start? Okay, how to choose a location, whether to choose a metropolitan city or up to a tier 2 city, depending upon your financial credibility. So once again, I believe that location within the city also matters when you're starting for the first time. Like if you're already having the name, then you can shift other place, but when you're starting, I think probably you should have at least some known places you should start your practice. To have a rent or own place, once again depending upon your financial conditions. To start with, I personally feel that you should have a area around 3000 square feet, which is ideal. Of course, a lot of people, I still believe that around 10 years before, people never used to do any interior decoration. They just used to open a small clinic. They used to think that it's sufficient. But as the day progresses, I think from the first day onwards, if you start with a very good interior decoration, probably it's going to help you in build up your practice. So, of course, even about the interior, there comes the reception. So, I personally feel that a reception committee also has to be very good, very posh with probably you should opt for a very good reception staff, not for the first time. Those are already having experience in some other place, not in the clinic or some other reception staff. If you take that, definitely it's going to be helpful. Of course, having operation theater in-house, I personally feel that you should have OT from the first day onwards. Of course, a lot of people, whether they believe it or not, to have an optical outlet within your setup. I personally feel that ophthalmologists from the first day onwards should have optical outlet. Probably that is the bread and butter even from the initial practices. And always you should announce that you are here to provide the best service in the city. Always see, I believe that when you are starting, start with a very good investment, even if it stretches to your budget. So always, once you start the practice, you should identify the people in your city who can really help to build your practice. That is very, very important. Of course, few of my friends, especially in Mumbai and all, normally they will have an alternate practice position. Like they go to one hospital for half an hour, 1 hour, they keep hopping up to other. I think each city will be different. If you come to Karnataka, I don't think so any of the surgeon going from one hospital to other hospital, in the end they sit there. But Mumbai is most common, like they keep going for many of the clinic. And some people even join to the government service. See, joining to the government service, definitely that will help you to keep your hands moving also as far as the surgical skill is concerned. Along with that, it will even help you to build up your practice. Of course, I do believe that doing camp or social service definitely is going to help you in your overall development of your practice. So, about the using the media, I have got a different opinion. See, as you all know that as a MCA guidance, only once you can put an ad in the newspaper, then you cannot keep advertisement. But suppose if at all, if you do some free eye camps or some educational program along with some NGOs, I think probably if you can use the media for this matter, putting as a news item, like you are with here, like I am just with the Health Minister of Karnataka, happened to be with him for one of the eye camp that came in the newspaper, and all all the people started recognizing me that, oh, Health Minister of Karnataka also associated with such hospital. Probably the hospital is having more names. See, this is an indirect way of marketing, but I personally feel that you should use media in a right way only. So all these things, sometimes some of these newspaper tell you very frankly to give the news also, sometimes they take money. I think depending upon how is your relationship with that particular media. So when I started my practice, I met all the private practitioners in and around the city. Even after 1 month also, if you start also, no problem. Make sure that you will meet most of the private practitioner. Definitely it's going to help you in a longer career. And even you can meet even local opticians also, even pharmacists also. And to have a public relationship officer, each one will have their own idea about that. I personally feel that you should have at least one PRO who can go and visit like a pharma representative or different clinic just to tell about your facilities. So once you start growing up, once you build up your practice, I think you should always have a plan to grow, to take your hospital into a institution level. How can you have an institution? To have an institution, always you should build a very good team with you. So how I started, each one will have their own different views. Normally I started with having a first one junior ophthalmologist who can work with me and share all the possible work that you can done by anyone other than you. So he should be knowing even cataract surgery, whatever the surgery you are doing. Also that junior consultant should know all those work. So once you start after taking this junior consultant, always you should think about build a specialty clinic by appointing a specialist in a clinic. Definitely it will be useful. Nowadays patients are very much aware of diabetic retinopathy. They are very much aware of glaucoma and each specialty. If you start having a separate specialty after some level, I think that will definitely add it to your practice. So once you grown to that level, I personally feel that make your colleagues as your partners. I always believe in that. And specialty consultant, I don't really believe in straight away giving them the salary structure. Along with the salary, if you give them a perks, definitely it's going to improve your practice. I treat my doctors like my colleagues. I never treat them like my employees. That is always I believe in that. And always I believe that a good player can win a match, but to win a championship you need a good team. So you need to, once you are like one hospital is growing up, but you should not keep quiet, keep concentrating on your practice by doing a regular patient awareness program like glaucoma screening camp or like free eye camps. Definitely regular free eye camps will never hurt your practice. I always believe in that. Definitely it will help to increase your image in the community. That is also very, very important. So I believe in like so many things started with taking a good equipment. My hospital is most of the equipment from MNC company only. Taking a good brand equipment and good consumables from a good company, I always believe in that. That helps in making the hospital being recognized as one of the quality service to the patient. So of course, once you already build up the institution, even you can think about try and branch out, making more partners that will help a brand. Of course, you know what and all the problems if you start making more and more branches. Definitely it is more stressful. Accounting to be the very streamlined, need for more doctors. So these are the few disadvantages with this thing. Of course, when you are starting with a one-man show, even people will, each for small problem, patient will come and ask me. Even for to payment of electric bill also, you have to be responsible. Even for water bill, civil works, everything you are responsible. And always you are directly answerable to the patient, of course, about the investment and the expenditure. So in the end, sometimes you may feel that no time for yourself, no time for family, and no social occasion. But I feel that no risk, no reward. The biggest risk is not taking any risk in a world that is changing quickly. The only strategy that is guaranteed to fail is not taking risk. Thank you.